Hello my scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my channel today. Today's share is another one for Cut to You, and I am using this fun A+ Study Squad cut file. And this is the page that I have created. I've used the Pink Fresh Studio Let's Stay Home collection. I backed my cut file and then kind of got a bit carried away with the building of my page here. So I didn't record my whole process, so apologies. Nothing at this stage is stuck down except my cut file is backed and I believe it's up on foam. I have pulled out the ephemera, the chipboard flare, the puffy stickers, the regular stickers, and I've got all of my stickers are on some baking paper, and I'm just having a bit of a play with where all of my embellishments are going. I'm pretty certain that Gwen did not have this particular kind of learning in mind when she created this cut file, but it was what I found in my stash of photos, and I was like, yes, this is perfect. So the photo is taken from above in my kitchen of my boys watching the coffee machine. I gave them a lesson during lockdown on how to make their mum a pod coffee. The important things in life, right? So they were both very eager to learn, and nowadays I can just say to one of them, can you please make me a coffee? And they're like, sure mum, and off they go. So they both get an A+, and an A+ for effort because they were both super eager to learn. So I have been hoarding this pattern paper. It's like one of my favorites from this collection. I really, really love it. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably would have had this paper so it was the other way around. So the lighter side was on the left and the darker side was on the right. But it's all good. I'm really happy with how this page came together in the end. So I'm not going to overthink it now. I currently do not have any layers behind my photo, but I wanted to use this light blue, which is in the packaging. So I have literally just stuck my photo to the packaging, and I'm going to use that as the layer behind my photo. I am only going to use one layer, but I really like it. It's that really soft blue. I'm just checking the date. I'm going to scribble on my glass mat so that I do not lose the date. Now, I was quite particular about getting this set up straight and square, as you can see. I do have the lines that I could have used, and I kind of do. I am quite particular, you can see there. So what I'm doing is making sure that I've got the same gap from the top to the top of the photo and the bottom to the bottom of the cut file, if that makes sense. And also trying to make sure that I don't have any, see along the top of that photo, it looks like it's all in line. I don't really want it perfectly in line without overlapping. I don't want it so it all lines up perfectly in line. I kind of want the lines offset a little bit. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm starting by, I've glued down the A+ part of my cut file. I've left in most of this sticking down because I hadn't recorded the first part of this process, so I did leave in a fair amount of this sticking down so that you can see all of the bits that are in my layers. So I started with that blue frame to the top left, and you can kind of see how that really bold blue kind of travels from the top left across to the plus sign, down to the T, and then down to the D, kind of in that diagonal Z almost shape. I used my Scotch Tacky Glue to stick down my photo, and still only the right hand side of the A is stuck down. My frame is stuck down, and that flower was stuck down. I'm just making sure it is stuck nice and flat. I just used my hand there to stick this sticker because I took it off the baking paper and I knew I wanted a bit of dimension, so I'm just adding some foam behind that. The little green coffee cup is from the sticker sheet, and again I'm just going to have that so it's on the same level as the other little pennant banner shape. Then I remembered that I had this tucked in behind here, so I'm just going to smoosh that in there. And the reason I'm overlapping so far onto my photo, you would have seen, is I've got other stuff in my photo, and I felt it was quite distracting. Yes, I have other things in my photo now that are much prettier to look at, but I feel like they are more purposefully there rather than clutter, if that makes sense. So yeah, I was quite happy to cover that up. You can still see my boys' faces. They're quite focused on what they're doing, and you can still see the coffee machine doing its thing, which was the whole point of this photo and this page. Just sticking all the bits down as I go. I'm going to finish sticking down my A. Because I used wet glue, this does warp the page a little bit. So it was a little bit tricky to photograph, but in the end, a little bit of warping doesn't bother me. I'm sure you know that. So coming in with my layers down the bottom here. Now, if you've never played with a Pinkfresh Studio collection, this is not like they use the real adhesive, really good sticky adhesive stuff. You see me, I stick this down, I'm like, oh, that's not straight. And you see me pull it up, and it is quite an effort to pull it up. Pinkfresh Studio, you use good adhesive, thank you very much. Not so great when you want to move things. However, I managed to move it. Even the enamel dots stick really well. Again, I wanted to move one after I stuck it and actually tore my background paper. So be sure with the Pinkfresh stuff before you stick it down. Yeah, so I've got that little coffee cup as well. I thought that was perfect. I don't know what I'm looking for here, but something. This blue sticker, I'm amazed that I move it as often as I do and it doesn't leave a big tear in my paper or anything like that. But I move it a fair bit. I bought that green down there because I've got that same dark green up the top with the coffee cup. Up comes that blue sticker again. The sticker actually says learning from home, I think. Or no, learning something new. I'm like, yep, perfect. Just making sure all my things are sticking down. Ordering in, I thought, yep, perfect as well. I can be in my craft room and get my kids to make me a coffee. So I have stuck down the right hand side of that cut file already, so I'm just coming back in to stick down the rest of it. And putting my paper trimmer on top to stick. I've added in my journaling. I'm going to give you a bit of a close-up here. I've added in a little row of houses on a sticker. I'm going to come in with some enamel dots. I think I put 5 in the top left and 5 in the bottom right, and I think I just use the same colours in both. I think I use all of the colours except for the darker blue. No, there's 2 colours I don't use. The darker blue and I don't know, one of the other colours. So I started with 3. I've got the yellow, I think that's the mint, and the pink. And so then I come in with the same colours down the bottom here. I've also got the dark green up the top. The mint and the aqua look very, very similar in colour. When they're distanced, but when they're up closer you can definitely see the difference in colour. So this is me moving the enamel dots. You can see there I have torn a little bit of my background paper, but I knew I was going to put another enamel dot there, so it's not a big deal. But I'm just trying to get the colours so that they're a bit more obvious than what they were. I found that they were just kind of blending in a bit. Move it around a bit more. So funny. And I'm going to come in with some white splatters, cover my photo up. This is my white India ink. Oh, no, I mixed my India ink up first. And then I'm going to work on my little Nouveau drops. These ones are called grey mist or something, but they're the jewels, maybe? So they're clear, but they're meant to be grey, but like they're clear. Does that even make sense? I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm just going to add, I think I add 3 of those, again, to each cluster. Just varying the sizes, making sure all my things are stuck down. Enamel dot's trying to escape, but I'm like, you can stick. Here I am with my white India ink. I'm just using a paintbrush. I just wanted some little splatters, not my normal messy big splatters, just for something different. So I'm just using my paintbrush and tapping the edge of it. And that is the final thing. This was super fun to put together. It came together really quickly, really easily. I kind of got carried away, like I said. I was actually also scrapbooking with a friend. I was Zooming a friend while I was doing this, but it was super fun. I really love the colours. I love that background paper. I'm so glad I used it for a background. Here are my close-ups. Now, it is the 21st of October, so we've also had our Christmas release over at Cut2You. What cut file are you really crashing on right now? Which Christmas cut file are you going to buy and cut first? And also, just as a side note, in case you didn't know, Gwen will cut for you and send to you anywhere in the world, as well as the digitals. So make sure you head over to the shop. I'll make sure I link everything below. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, for your likes, for your comments. And I will see you again soon with my next share. Thanks for stopping by and have a fantastic day.